listening to Rocket Shop Radio Hour here at Big Heavy World. I'm your host, Abby BK, and with us in the studio today, we have DOGFACE. How you doing?
We're good.
So you might not know from the one voice coming through, but there are 7 awesome musicians here in the studio. So just to begin, do you want to just introduce everyone, or everyone can introduce themselves and the instrument that they're playing tonight?
Yeah, no, I got it. We got Brittany over here. She's going to be singing for us, with us. And we got Andriana over there playing keys.
Hello.
And she's going to be singing also. And Luke is going to melt faces with guitar solos. And Carlton is back there drumming. And our bass player is also named Matt, but he's Winslow. And then Rob is our newest member playing accordion for us. And I'm Matthew. So
Awesome. And Matt, you were here, I was just looking at this, back in 2021, right around this time. It was just, you're 2 weeks later than you were 4 years ago, but you made it just in the same month. And you played solo the last time you were here.
Yes.
So obviously a great transformation has taken place to have these amazing members with you. So what has transpired since you were here last? Lots. Jesus.
No, not much. I mean, I convinced a bunch of people in other bands that I play in to play in my band, and the songs sound a lot cooler now.
Yeah.
So that's really about it. We've done some cool shows, and hopefully gonna do some more cool shows. But found fantastic people who are willing to play music.
Yeah, totally. And in terms of how it's affected your sound, did you find like the sound that you were kind of envisioning from the beginning, or has it kind of taken shape in a way that you maybe couldn't have imagined?
Oh no, this is it. This is the rock and roll band that I
Nice.
wanted.
Yeah.
And yeah, everybody's just fantastic at their instruments, so it makes it real easy.
Totally. Yeah. And so what is like the origin story? So who joined you first, and how did you all end up coming together into this group of 7?
I don't know who joined first. I think I convinced most everybody. Well, no, we had a different drummer. Carlton's pretty new. Randy moved to New York, so we don't have him anymore. But besides Carlton joining and Rob joining, I was able to convince Luke and Andriana and Brittany real easy. Because I played in Andriana's band. I drum for her. And
Yeah, so bored.
I play in bands with Luke, so it was just natural. And Luke played in bands with Winslow.
Very long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it all just came together real organic. There was no effort to it, really.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you all rallied.
Yeah.
So in terms of the songs that you're playing tonight, are you playing the same ones that you had played last time? So are these ones that you're just revisiting with the full band, or are there some
No.
new ones in there?
These are all different ones.
Oh, nice.
I thought about doing at least Small Fry, one of the songs I played last time. But no, these are all different songs.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we would love to hear your first song. So what have you got for us?
Yeah, okay, so this one's called Frankie Snots. street light has been leading me to the same spots for weeks now. I don't like what these cards are starting to spell out. They say, maybe let me fly you to the moon. Or something like that. Maybe let me fly you to the moon. Yeah, they think maybe let me fly you to the moon. Yeah, they think let me fly
DOGFACE with Frankie Snots. So take us through a little bit more about what your writing process looks like for writing these songs, and also how that may differ now that you're bringing these ideas to a group.
The writing, I don't know. I still just write the songs by myself. I'm just hanging out on the couch and, drinking beers and writing songs. And it hasn't changed. I write the songs and I bring them to the band, and I trust everybody enough in the band to where I can give them the chord progressions and tell them what's happening, and this is the way the song goes, and I just let them do their own thing, and play the chords, obviously, but like if you hear something, do it. And 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say it's awesome. It's great because everybody is awesome and great. So it's real. These guys make it super easy. All I do is write silly songs, and then these guys make it sound amazing. So it really hasn't changed much, the writing process. I think about certain stuff that I want, like we got a song called Fighting Cowboys at the Block, and there's this part where like I knew in my head, I heard it eventually after playing it. I was like, oh, okay, what we need right here is Jerry Lee Lewis. That's what we need. We need Jerry Lee Lewis on the keyboard just going. Yeah. And that's all I had to say to Andrea, and she was like, yeah, I got you, sure. But yeah, no, I don't approach writing songs different at all.
Nice.
Yeah, I really don't. I just write silly songs, and then the band makes it sound amazing.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
yeah.
And in terms of just like finding inspiration for writing, like, is there anything specifically that you've found inspires you, or like themes in your writing that have, I don't know, repeated or come up for you recently?
Drunk. Alcohol.
There's usually alcohol in the songs. Going to work, yeah. I've dubbed the music sad and roll.
I love that. Yeah.
The themes are a bit on the lonely side of life. But no, I don't draw it from too much anywhere. I just there'll be a line that I'll hear in my head eventually, and then I just start to work around that one line, and that'll build into the song. That's when I'm like, okay, yes, that's an idea for a song. We can write about that. But the one line has to be a little catchy too. So
Yeah,
yeah,
totally.
that's it.
So is that typically like how the ideas come to you? Is just in that one line, or like
Yeah, it's
of words?
Yeah, just one line of words, and then after I get that one line out, and I'm real happy with that one line, I can start building around that. And where that goes in the song, it doesn't matter. But once I figure out that one line that the song is gonna be about, then I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And obviously, like you yourself are a multi-instrumentalist. So I guess like when you're writing these songs, do you kind of hear in your brain what the fills of the other sounds would be like conceptually?
Yeah, I have an idea. Like for drums, I definitely do, but because I play a lot of drums, so I have ideas for that. But then again, I mean, like I've said it, I don't know, 4 or 5 times now, but everybody in this band is amazing. Like they're just so good at their instruments. I don't have to say anything. I just start playing the song, and then Carlton knows what the feel is to the song. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is obviously what we're gonna do. And I'm like, oh yeah, of course, that's what we're doing. Great.
But he's also very open, which is really helpful as well as a musician.
I don't try to restrict anything.
Yeah.
And if you got an idea, do it. And if I really absolutely hate it, I'll let you know. I don't mind saying no to stuff ever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Totally. And what has it been like just to experience like the culmination of your own project? Like obviously you've been playing in other bands and whatnot too, but have been gaining more traction with DOGFACE obviously the past couple of years since you had moved here. I guess like how would you describe like that difference between playing for others and playing in a band versus playing your original music?
I like both of them, but I think I like fronting my own band the most. You know, I have the most fun fronting my own band. Because like when I'm playing Andriana's stuff, I'm sitting behind the drum set, and if I screw up, I'm like, oh no, I ruined the entire song.
No, you don't.
And same with like drumming for Danny, I mess up, and I'm like, oh well, there we go, fired from the gig, never playing again. But
perfection is required with this.
First and foremost, Danny.
like playing my own music, I just get to be up here, and like I can fake it on guitar. I'm not a great guitar player by any means, but I can play chords and write the songs, and that's fine. But like if I mess up playing this music, it's all my own music, so you know, I don't want to say I care less, but like I care less because I'm just like, well, it's your song, Matt. So you know,
I meant to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's what I meant to do.
That's the new version of the song.
Great.
So there we go.
Yeah, less pressure perhaps.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that take on it. Well, we'd love to hear whatever you have as your second song.
Yeah. What are we gonna do? We're gonna do "Time Traveler" as our second song. Pine trees and cool air. How did I get here? Am I a time traveler?
Time traveler. So fun. So, in terms of just like where you like to gig and make noise these days and perform, where are some of your go-to spots?
Well, we really haven't played that many gigs. I think we've only played like 3, 4. But again, everybody is in, like
Right.
multiple bands, and we play in everybody else's bands. But Radio Bean is obviously very cool.
Mm-hmm.
We love Despacito.
Yeah,
Oh,
I actually played solo the last show at Despacito.
Yeah.
I was there doing my other solo project, Odd Talk. That place was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Where did we just play? What was it called?
The Gihon Valley Hall in Hyde Park.
Gihon Valley Hall, yeah, Hyde Park. And that spot is like it's a toke out there, but that's if we can get folk going out there,
Yeah.
that's gonna be like a happening spot for shows.
Yeah,
It'll
it's a great
be
It's a
spot.
cool
Cool.
space.
Yeah.
it'll
It
be
is
real
very
cool.
cool.
The space
Yeah.
sounds real good.
Everyone's so sweet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so if we can start getting shows out there, that'll be sick. But well, I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, I guess, but I'll play anywhere. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll go and be loud if they want a rock and roll band. We'll show up and play loud rock and roll music for however long they want. That'll be great.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
We're here.
Totally. I mean, I asked just because it does seem like, unfortunately, like the venues for like rock and roll and metal music tend to be dwindling these days, unfortunately. So just was kind of curious to know, like, where it's happening and where you're going and
Anywhere
finding that.
that'll have us.
Yeah.
Really anywhere. I mean, because there's not that many venues left that are
Right.
doing it.
Yeah.
We got
So-
Charlie O's coming up in August.
Oh, Charlie O's.
Oh yeah, Charlie O's. That's right. I forgot about that. Charlie O's is always sick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Charlie's great.
World famous.
World famous.
Oldest bar in the world. Older than King Tut.
Yeah. Too funny. So you had moved here to Burlington in COVID times, right? In 2020. So what have you like witnessed in the music scene since then? Like how was that? I mean, I'm sure that was difficult to move here and want to get started doing music stuff during that lull. But how have you felt like you've kind of taken flight since?
I mean, I was real lucky. I had friends that I moved in with when I moved up here, and then another friend that I didn't
Okay.
move in with. But he, like, as soon as I moved up here, one of his friends said they need a drummer for their jazz quartet.
Oh,
And
nice.
I was like, all right, cool. So I got hooked up with them. So then I got plugged into the music real quick because then that got me into Danny's band, which made me meet Luke, and then that eventually made me meet Andriana and Britt. So it all just fell in line real easy. And I don't know. I mean, there were gigs happening in COVID times. People were out there
It's true,
playing
yeah.
gigs. We played gigs on the porch of the deli, and people stood in the street. And, I mean, it's cool. It's cool. The thing I was upset about when I moved up during COVID was, like, not seeing flyers for multiple band bills.
Yeah.
Not seeing a flyer for 4 bands playing one night. And so that's cool. I really like that there's that again. But then, of course, now, everywhere's shutting down. And
Yeah, we're back to those times
yeah,
almost.
so now we're back to the one band bill, and it's, of course, it's Grateful Dead. So,
Yeah.
Right. But not.
Yeah. Well,
it's
hopefully.
Grateful Dead doing Fish, doing Pink
Right.
Floyd, but they're playing Radiohead.
Right. Yeah, totally. Well, hopefully it will spur other businesses into action or places to, fill the gaps or whatnot. So just kind of out of curiosity, I know everyone here is in like different bands throughout town. Just like how many bands are each of you in? Can we like go around and say that?
Yeah, Luke's in 6.
Oh wow. Okay.
One's temporary. It's a 311 tribute band.
That's crazy.
Okay.
There we
It
go.
still counts even if it's
Yeah, it's
temporary.
active right now. We got a gig on Saturday.
How many are you in, Carlton? You're in 3?
3 including this one.
Oh. Huh.
Technically 3 for me as well.
Oh, look at that. I don't know how many bands these people are in. Brittany's in this band.
I'm in this band.
This is
Yeah.
Are you sing
her
with
band.
Danny?
I sing with
Oh,
Danny,
yeah.
sure.
And
sure.
Andriana sometimes.
Yeah, sure.
You're
Sure.
in 3 bands also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't discount yourself, babe.
Yeah.
Tired.
All 3.
3. we got Winslow. We got Winslow on the dog leash. He's the and then I drum, of
On the
course,
dog
for
leash.
Andriana, and then every now and again go back to drumming for Danny.
Yeah.
But he's got this new kid, Sam, who's drumming, and this boy, he
Yeah.
rips.
Yeah.
He's so
Oh,
good.
cool. Yeah. So in terms of like finding time to rehearse and like practice for this project, like
Good question.
how often are you getting together and like all jamming?
Great question.
How are we doing that?
We
Yeah, how are we
try
doing that?
every Sunday. Like that's the plan.
Mhm.
We're like, yeah, we'll do the Sunday afternoon, have a church service. But you know, people go away
I'm
for
gone.
work
Actually, I'm gone
and-
this Sunday.
Yeah, Brittany's traveling. Winslow, everybody travels and so you know, I'm. Again, it just comes back to I really trust everybody in this
Yeah.
band. So even when a rehearsal does it, we don't rehearse for 2-3 weeks in a row. It's no skin off my back. I really, you know, I'm like, okay, well, you guys are gonna kill it when we come back. I know you're not gonna forget the songs unless you know, like you're out and get amnesia somehow or something. And at this point now, everybody pretty much knows every single song. So like, it's no I mean, ideally, yeah, you know. Practice every week, but if it doesn't happen, it's so we once a week is what bottom line. We try to get together once a week. If it doesn't happen,
Yeah.
which happens quite often because we have 7 people.
Right. No, it's a lot to organize.
Yeah.
And just kind of like in your own time, like just writing or like working on music for this project. I know you mentioned you have like another one that you're doing as well, and then obviously drumming for Andriana and other people. Like, how much time do you think you're spending in just like rehearsing and writing and working on this band?
I don't rehearse it. I write it.
Or write it, yeah.
And that's usually where I stop. I
Mhm.
write it, and then once it's all written, I'm like, cool, got it. I'm not, no. So I'm real lazy about that. I should rehearse the music,
Yeah.
probably.
No, you do it
But-
all the time. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah,
Are you
I sit
serious?
there and strum my guitar and play through the songs. I don't learn covers either, so that doesn't take up any of my time. I'm not doing that. But I spend a decent amount of time writing.
No, you
I would
always
say.
are like, listen to this again.
Yeah, I
She's
write-
outing you.
There's a lot
She
of time
knows.
spent in the writing. Yeah, a lot of me going, okay, but what about if I turn the line into this instead? And then it gets the approval from Brittany, and I go, sweet, yeah, let's go. Got a song. So.
Yeah, I mean, whatever works. I
DOGFACE
would
editor,
count that
Brittany.
as rehearsing, you know, kind of going through it a little bit. I think.
Yeah, I don't rehearse nearly as much as I should, I guess, but I definitely drill the songs 1.5 million times while I'm writing them.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And so in terms of just like the new songs that you've written and releasing music, it seems like you had done that. Oh no.
Hello?
Hello? Is that a firework? Let's hope that was a
Sir.
firework.
No.
Yeah, it's a little
Knows.
scary. So anyways, in terms of what you're writing now, do you have any like upcoming releases? I know you just did that like live recordings with
We did that.
Robot Dog, which
Yeah.
is cool.
We did the robot dog thing. No, me and Luke got to sit down and look at a calendar at some point.
Yeah.
Because Luke's
Do it all
master. Yeah, we're gonna
Nice.
record it all over at A9.
Sweet.
So nothing planned yet,
Mhm.
but I mean, we have enough. We got like, I don't know, 13, 14, 15 songs
Yeah.
all together, said and done.
Double album.
So we'll eventually it'll all get recorded and we'll put it out. It'll sound fantastic, I'm sure.
Totally, yeah.
But no plans yet. No solidified. This is the weekend. We're gonna go
Right.
over there and hammer out everything.
Yeah. Do you have like a conceptual idea of like the name of what the project would be, or like
Yeah, I do.
the vibes? Yeah.
Here's music video.
Okay.
He has
yeah.
a music video
So
idea.
Tell us, please.
The album, I'm 100% positive, well, like 99.9% sure, that I'm gonna call it "You May Feel Stupid, But You're Safe." And this has to do with this time I was driving my car, and there was this guy on his bike, and he had like the most amount of gear for protection you can wear on your body. I was like, man, that looks really dumb. But then I thought to myself, I was like, dude, he's like,
Really
if he
safe.
gets hit, because I've been hit by a truck on my bike, and I was like, man, if he gets hit, he's not breaking anything. This dude is like gonna break the truck. This guy is great. So, anyways, and then I said that to myself. I was like, you may feel stupid, but you're safe. And I was like, like that as an album title, actually. And I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I've thought about at least the cover of it, and I want to do. You guys remember Magic Eyes? Do you guys do Magic Eyes?
Yeah.
Do you ever sit around and do Magic Eye?
Yeah.
The pictures that you have to unfocus your eyes at to see. That's what I want the cover to be. So
That's a good idea.
you know,
That's a
it'll
good-
irritate
I like that.
people to no end until they finally see the dog face in there.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Big old dinosaur brain.
And is that concept part of, Luke mentioned like a music video idea? Is that like kind of part of it? Or was he
I'm not-
joking?
I'm not
Quite
gonna-
different.
I'm not going to talk about this music
Oh,
video.
oh, okay.
You'll just have to see it when it comes out, but it's going to be fantastic.
We're
Uh-huh.
sorry.
And
Matt's idea.
it's
Yeah,
all my idea.
it's all his
all
idea.
right? And it's heavily inspired by my favorite rapper, 2 Chainz.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
Thank goodness.
So much to unpack.
I like the diverse, inspirations. Awesome. Well, we would love to hear the next tune you have.
okay, yeah, this one is called Titos and Soda Water.
That's good.
Sitting down by the water, watching water run over rock. Drink it down just like water. Drink it down and get real drunk. Fall asleep on the bed. Waking up to a phone call, must have been only 10 o'clock. Let it buzz for a moment. Prepare yourself for the small talk and the knowledge of the situation. Well, I'm aware that it's improbable, but I wasn't going for making up scenarios. physically impossible. But I would go for waking up and making plans for tomorrow.
DOGFACE.
That's a lot.
Just in your own time, I'm curious, since you mentioned like a few different artists before when you're talking about like music video ideas and whatnot. Who are like your music inspirations that you're listening to these days, just like music wise, musicians wise?
Jerry Garcia.
I listen to who have I been listening to recently?
2 Chains.
Oh yeah,
Bright Eyes.
definitely a lot of Bright Eyes. Anytime Bright Eyes puts anything out, I'm like,
Cisco.
there we go.
Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack.
I listen to a lot of Jimmy Buffett.
Front bottoms.
I think you do.
Oh yeah, I love the front bottoms are fun,
Nice.
and similar type sound.
Jimmy Buffett and 2 Chains.
And then a lot of
And yeah.
Frank Sinatra.
there's a lot of punk bands that I listen to
Yeah.
that I'll put on repeat, like Lumpy and the Dumpers,
Yeah.
It's a good name.
Bobby Socks,
These are real. These are real. These are real.
what Teddy and the Frat Girls, like just disgusting, really obscene punk music, but it gets your brain moving to listen to it. And then there's bands in town that I love, like Leatherbound Books. I listen
LBB.
to them quite often. Who's the other one that I recently listened to that was really
Fisher?
cool? Oh yeah, Fisher Wag.
Fisher Wag.
Yeah, his music
We
is
love
like
Fisher.
Adriana.
amazing.
Adriana.
Yeah, I listen to her music when I'm playing.
Because he
all
has
the
to.
time.
Yeah.
JTV.
JTV.
Oh yeah, Jesse Taylor Band. I put them on quite a bit.
He loves 311.
And yeah, my love for 311 is beyond anything. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
No, that's a good range. Are there any like sounds in there that you kind of hope to like morph into your sound more?
Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah. Ideally, this just becomes a Jimmy Buffett cover band.
Exactly what you said it wouldn't be. No
He's
cover
trying to make
bands.
it a Christian rock band.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Well, if you keep rehearsing on Sundays.
I know.
Um,
Right.
It's the only available data.
Church of DOGFACE.
But the question, it reminded you,
Godface.
there was another question you asked about like
Godface.
if I approach it different writing and yeah, sounds that I want, and most
Yeah.
definitely, now that I'm thinking about it, most definitely, because like Brittany can do the whole like Broadway singing sound, so there's points in my song where I'm like, okay, yeah, we're gonna make it Broadway here, you know.
And that's Cats.
But back to the question, I don't, no, I don't listen to bands and go, oh, I want to sound
Right.
like that. I want to do that. I just like writing. If my songs end up sounding like another sound of a band, it's just, coincidental. I
Yeah.
guess. I don't ever approach it like, oh yes, that sound. I'm
Right.
gonna do that this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I never
And sometimes he has dream songs, which is rude.
Oh yeah, that happens.
Rude.
sometimes.
Like, how? He just wakes up and he's like, "Oh, I got this song in my dream."
Oh, that's pretty cool. You
I
have
know.
You have to dive into that a little bit more.
Yeah, well,
Let's psychoanalyze this a little
I
here.
try, but then, yeah, you gotta really look into what you're saying at that point. Maybe that's not okay.
So rude.
How often, I guess, just we'll keep it brief. How often do you feel like that happens to you?
I'm so happy this is happening right
I don't know. I'd say there's like 3 or 4 songs I'm working on currently that started because I woke up and I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I gotta write down that whatever I was singing about right there. I gotta make that into a song. And
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, there's like it happens more than it should, I think.
That's really cool. I mean, I feel like that just means the ideas are coming from like your subconscious. So
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, I feel like that's a cool kind of experience to
Yeah.
experience yourself. Well,
Never happened to me.
yeah, no, that's a unique experience for sure. So I guess just kind of the last like main question I have is, you obviously were here 4 years ago. If you had to look into the future 4 years from now, if you're playing here again in May, what would you hope to be doing or playing?
Okay. I want
Let's
like
future forecast here.
yeah, future
Manifest.
4 years from now. In this room, yeah,
Will it be a 14-piece
we
band?
have the whole Vermont Symphony Orchestra with us. Okay.
Nice.
We showed up in our own private jet,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
or helicopter that we've landed on the roof.
I love it.
Um,
Manifest big.
and
Violates my lease, sorry.
I'm finally not having to play guitar. There's a guitar player, and I can just hold a microphone.
There you go. Nice.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
But I don't know, more realistic. As long as this band stays
Realistic,
together.
More religion?
More
No,
religion.
no,
More
realistically,
More religion.
I just hope I just hope the songs just keep getting better, and
Yeah.
we just keep writing heavier rock and roll songs, and well, not heavier, but just more songs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep
That's
it rolling.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, we only have a couple more minutes, but and I know we have one more song, but just at the end of the show, we always like to give you the chance just to let us know what your upcoming gigs are, how we can support you best, and all that jazz. So the floor is yours.
Well, follow us on Instagram, because that's where I post everything. And then we do have some gigs coming up. What do we got? We got Charlie O's in August. And then I think that's
No,
it.
there's not
Is
a
Bolton
rush.
happening?
No, Bolton's not happening. We can't do
Aw.
Bolton.
Oh, I'm not.
Um,
No.
I think that's it so far. It's like the 28th, but follow us 29th. Follow us on Instagram. That's the way to stay up to date on all of it.
Sweet. You heard it here, everyone. 29th of August.
Yeah, tomorrow. No.
Totally. Awesome. Well, I know you have one last song tonight, so what have you got for your final one?
Yeah.
We're gonna do.
That's good. We're gonna do a song called Fu Manchu. Hello, how you calling? Are you picking up or stalling? I got all the time in the world right now. And I'm drunk on the couch again. Apologizing time to run till my phone dies. Till we all die. I can see infernos burning. I can see the world stop burning. But I don't think that I can stomach seeing that door close one more time. So I think that I'll cut my hair off, shave my beard, just leave the mustache, and grow out a Fu Manchu to lengths you think are hilarious. So I'll cut my hair off, shave my beard, just leave the mustache, and grow out a Fu Manchu to lengths you think are hilarious. My God, I've been having to relearn relationships and where I stand now. I am standing in the kitchen in the dark again. But you're not home, I mean you're home, but you're not here, and I hardly am. Now I feel like
DOGFACE, everyone. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, DOGFACE crew, Matt.
Yes, thank you for having us.
And we'll see you 4 years from now in your private jet, huh?
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
Take all of Burlington with us.
Just not a crash landing on top of the building, please. And everyone who's listening, thanks so much for tuning in to Rocket Shop Radio Hour. Next week we have Eric George. Yes, we have Rocket Shop next week, but we will not have a show the following. But yes, as for now, this has been Rocket Shop Radio Hour. I'm your host, Abby BK, and we hope you have a wonderful night. We'll see you next time.
Yay, good